Hey guys, what's up? Here at Namm Show with Jeff. Jeff, how are you doing?
I'm very well. How are you?
I'm doing fine. So tell me about your role here in the company, first and foremost.
Well, I'm the product specialist for Empirical Labs. I do most of the support work on the phone and email, and I also take care of building all the Fatsos and servicing the Fatsos.
Okay. So for people that are out there, this is pretty cool for me because I've always seen your gear in studios, and to be talking to you, I'm really excited.
Oh.
So tell me about, most people are familiar with the distressor. I wanted to see what else you had to show for us today.
Well,
can
obviously,
hold it if you want.
we hold
Okay.
it. We have a lot of gear. Obviously, many people are familiar with the Fatso. We also have an amazing parametric equalizer. The one thing that you were talking about briefly was the mic preamp.
Yes.
Dave has a really interesting concept about the mic preamp. He wanted to make a mic preamp that's very stable and doesn't change tone when you change the gain.
Okay.
So that's why it's buttons and stepped gain. Every step of this gain is 000 distortion, very low, 0.0006 distortion, typically on every setting. But then that's very clean. Then the idea is to have this comp sat section where you can dirty up the sound if you want to. So you get some of a combination of a Fatso and distressor type compression, with also with the Fatso saturation on the input, so that you can go either very clean on the mic preamp or dirty it up to however you want, and then you can back it off with a mix knob. So you can go from full wet to dry, which is basically the mic preamp dry and the comp sat wet.
How long has this product been out?
Oh, at least 10 years now, yeah. It's been
Okay.
out. An amazing mic preamp, an amazing DI for bass as well. We have a lot of touring bass players that use this as a DI input. It's fantastic for bass.
That makes sense. And I'm seeing more and more companies that are kind of putting stages of saturation separate from the input channel, how consoles used to be before.
We were first. That's the first
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you. Yeah, because 10 years ago.
The Fatso is really the first one that did that, yeah.
Okay, great.
So we also have a few 500 series modules that they've been out for a little while now. But the main thing I would really like to show you is the Arouser, which is our distressor plugin. Dave and the company took 5 years to make this correct. And it is really a distressor plus 50%. And it will do everything a distressor does, plus, if you see this section here, we've broken out a lot of the controls that are on a distressor, fixed controls, and made them variable for this unit. It's an amazing plugin, and honestly, I do believe that it's the most analog sounding compressor plugin you'll ever find in this room, ever. I've been using plugins since they started making them, and there's nothing like that. It is truly amazing. If you'd like, I can give you a little run through it.
I would love to, hear a little bit, and we can get these at your website, right?
You can get the Arouser plugin on our website. You can get it on Grabber. You can get it on the Avid App Store, and a few other places as well.
Sounds cool. All right, I'd love to take a listen. You guys might not hear it exactly the same way because you're gonna hear it through the microphone, but
I'll tell you what, I'll bypass it, and at least so that you can kind of get some idea of the drastic difference between the dry and because it's a trade show. We need to overdo things.
Of course, yeah. Absolutely.
So, what this is a stereo drum over. This is just a cymbal mics. And I have it patched through a few things, but we're only going to listen to the Arouser right now. And I'm going to bypass it at first so you can hear the dry track. And that's just overhead cymbals. That's all it is. Solo. So I got it set. I'll wait for the loop to start. Hopefully you can have it. We'll come grab you then. It's a very, very handy unit and very versatile as well.
That's very beautiful.
So we made basically a drum room out of the cymbal mics. And that's what people associate with the distressor very often. That's the kind of sound and the type of compression you get out of a distressor. And we had to kind of keep it exact. We had to be able to match them, and you can't get exactly the same sound.
Yeah, I'm glad that that the engineers that were in the development of the hardware were overseeing and looking at every single one of these specs for the digital one. So that's pretty reassuring too.
Dave spent a lot of effort to make that plugin correct. He actually had we have our own code writer that doesn't work in the rest of the And he actually had, at our office, Dave and Frank went through every circuit within the distressor, bit by bit, and sometimes component level, just to make sure that this is done, and then that marries to this, and that feeds into this, and then we get one thing done, and then we go to the next one, and married. It took 5 years to make it sound exactly like a distressor, and then to do all the extra stuff that we wanted to do to it. So I think we've only gotten amazing feedback so far. A lot of major guys are using it and replaced a lot of their plugins with that. So, and there's an amazing 15-day demo. No dropouts, no limitations. You can print with it.
I'm gonna try it out today. Yeah, for sure.
And I would suggest that whoever, all you need is an iLock account. But if you have an iLock account, it's an amazing demo.
I think that's the most important thing too, because sometimes we look at pretty things to buy, and there's nothing like trying it on your tracks, and if you like the sound, that's it.
You have to try it in your environment, in your studio or wherever you work a lot. That's the only way for you to ever know whether anything will work for you. I would suggest that anybody listening or watching this video, go and get the demo and listen to it. You'll really fall in love with it. And also, I have to say, don't just try to smash stuff with it. It can be invisible as well. And with the parametric sidechain, this is why I was doing that. You can actually really make an amazing de-esser.
Oh, really?
An amazing de-esser on
Okay.
it. Or a de-thumper. You have a full parametric band of plus or minus 30 dB. Sweepable from 40 to 10K.
Yeah, that's pretty advanced.
You can make that compressor into almost anything you want.
Well, Jeff, I really appreciate you taking the time. I know that you guys are busy, but...
No, anytime.
All right, great.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, man.
Have a good day.
You too.